What's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing story time. Well, first of all, Seth Alex A, Thesavagekidzofficial, and today I'm going to be doing a story time on how I almost went to jail for robbery. In the background, Angry Birds too. So I think I like doing a few more story times. My first one was 3 months, I think. Yeah, 3 months. So I was it was in Cleveland. Like seven years ago in Cleveland. You know, in Cleveland, you always got a corner store everywhere. So, my mom told me to go to the corner store, give her some watermelons, a loaf of bread, and some, what was it? Oh, Hawaiian punch. So, you know, I went to go get it for her. Then, when I was going to get it, you know, she gave me $20, so I went to go get it. I had like $15 left. So I bought some Twizzlers and some Skittles. You know, I still had $5 left. So I walked out of the store, you know, trying to walk back home, and then it was a undercover cop in a black a black Jeep with a white lady. They were both white. No, the man was black and the woman was white. I was like 5 or 6 years old. So she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's the dude who robbed me! Oh my gosh!" And then he was like, "How do you know this for sure?" And she said, "Well, the man who robbed me was black and he looked young, but he was very, very elder." So I was like, okay. So I just kept walking. Then he was like, "Sir, you cannot do this. Come on, you gotta get in my car. She claims it was you, so we gotta take her down for questioning." So I was like, "Okay, but I gotta bring this up to my mom." He was like, "We'll tell your mom about this later. You don't have to talk about this with your mom right now." So I was like, "Okay." But I know my mom was gonna want me. So I get in the car. He told me he took the bag of food. But I was like, "Can I just eat some of my Skittles and Twizzlers?" And he was like, "No, it's for investigation." Some Twizzlers and Skittles are for investigation. Okay, that's cool. So I get in the cop car, and then she's talking mad stuff like, "You're such a bad person. You're thankful that we caught you just in time, or you were gonna do this to another person." So I was young. I was like, I didn't really care what she was saying because I didn't know her. Like, who are you to tell me what I'm bad or not? But then we get down to the station. Then he asked me, "Where were you December 18th, 1996? Because I wasn't even born yet. So I was like, "What?" He was like, "Don't play dumb with me, sir. I'm asking you a valuable question. It's really important. Where were you December 19th, 1999? I was like, "So now you're changing up the dates?" So he was like, "Just stop being a smart aleck and tell me where you were." I was like, "Okay." I was in my mom's room. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, you're young. Where were you?" And I messed up the date, so I'm sorry. But where were you December 19th this year? And then he was like, I was at home. I was playing the PlayStation 2. Because, you know, PlayStation 2 was like big when I was a little kid. It was alright. Yeah. So I was playing the PS2. And I was like, my brother was playing the Xbox 360. He was playing some basketball game. And then he was like, "Little kid, I don't want to hear about your brother. I just want to know where you were." And I said, "I was at home. I was just playing the PS2. I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas." And then he was like, "So your attentions were from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?" I was like, "Attentions?" So he was giving me the definition of attentions. You know, I didn't know that. I was just a little kid. So then, you know, I was like, okay, like I don't really care about this. So after that, he was like, "Why did you hurt him? Hurt this lady?" And I was like, bruh. I did not hurt no lady. I was like, "I did not hurt no lady. I don't know this lady. She saw me on the street because I was black. I had to rob her. Right? That's right." And then he was like, "Yeah, you had to rob her. He said she saw you, so you had to rob her because she really lied. So he was getting really defensive, like, oh, because she's white, she don't want to have anything. And he just told me she had nothing, so why rob her? But you know, I was just dealing with him. And then he was like, you're a very bad person, and we're going to charge you with first robbery and assault of battery, because she said she got hit with a sword. I mean, not a sword. I was thinking of a sword. She got hit with a phone. You know, we used to have those old flip phones back then, so I was like, huh? So I was like, so they took me to this place. I was like inside of this jail, like this little spot with a whole bunch of teenagers and kids, and they were just staring at me. I was like, oh. So one dude came up and sat by me. He was like, how you doing? I was like, I'm doing fine. He was like, are you sure? Because you're here and you're really young. So I was just explaining everything to him. He was like, yeah, they always do that to the people. But I actually did something again. He started telling me what he did. He said he was doing drugs illegally. I was like, okay. Back then, I did not know what drugs were. I thought drugs was like a symbol of love or something. See, I didn't know. And then that's when I found out what drugs was, because he literally explained it to me. I guess he could figure that I didn't know what it was. So after like being in there for like 3 hours, my mom came. She was like, come down here, your mom wants to talk to you, but you guys gotta talk over the phone. So I go over the phone and I was like, what you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just in a cell for no reason. She's like, I know you didn't do it. I'm gonna try to get you out, you know. I can't pay for no lawyer, you know. I still need that groceries, and they said they couldn't give it to me for investigation, so you know when you get home you get a whooping. So after that, my mom made me cry because, you know, I didn't want to get a whooping. You know, who wants to get a whooping? So I go back in the cell crying. He was like, what's wrong? Then I tell him everything. He was like, well, mom's gonna be moms and they're gonna make you feel bad. So I don't like my mom because she's really mean. He was telling me all this stuff, so I was like, okay. I really didn't know what he meant. So I was just like doing my thing, you know, just crying, you know, in the cell, just sitting there. So I was just sitting there in the cell crying still. And then he was like, oh my gosh, stop crying. So they pulled me back in. I had to go see this judge. They put me in an orange jumpsuit. I had to see this judge. He was like, this is the case of robbery for Isaiah, that's how you gonna know, blah blah blah, my name. And then he was like, where were you December 19th of this year? And I said, I was at home playing PS2, my brother was playing the Xbox. Same story I gave to the cop that was interviewing me. He was like, okay, do you know this woman here? Because she's saying that you robbed her, which I don't believe, because you are how old? I was like, I don't know. I think I'm 5. I think I'm 6. And then he was like, oh, he started laughing. Then he was like, okay. So, you know, she was acting like a butthole. She was like, I know it was him. It was a black male. And I definitely knew it was him because it was a black male who looked young. She said the same thing to the cop. He asked why you think it's him. He was like, but this time I know it's him. I am positive, 100% positive. So he was like, well, how could it be this little innocent kid? I think this kid is just being blamed and framed because he's black and you think it's him. So it took like 3 hours of figuring out. My mom had to stand, my dad had to stand, my uncle, a whole bunch of people I knew, my family basically just had to stand. They were explaining like why it couldn't be me, how young I was and stuff. So I was just like there, you know, just watching, listening, you know, bored. And then they asked me to go to the stand. I was like, get on my Twizzlers and Skittles? You know, they started laughing like, no, you can have it after, because we don't need it for evidence, because there's no evidence. So, he was like, I wore this, we're going to the back, we're going to figure this all out, we're going to the back and determine the sentence, or would he be set free and just over with a fine because of this sequence. So my mom was just in the back like, she was getting real mad because it was a fine. She heard the word fine, so you know, she's mad. So it was like 3 hours later, just sitting there. So he came back and he said, this kid will be set free, but will be fined $500 for the inconvenience. This lady will have to, the lady will be fined, will only be fined $50 for being chosen, whatever. So my mom was like, it's alright. The lady was like, I'm for sure. Getting off the fence up, ran to the stand, and they put her in cuffs. And then they let me go, my parents, after like 2 days of being inside juvie and whatever you want to call it. 2 days of being inside there, but I was just in a cell with security, like max security in my cell to make sure nothing happened. And I didn't actually get to leave myself for those 2 days because they didn't want me to get hurt or anything. So I was in my cell, you know. It was just a problem. They were like, it's a problem with him being in here. Why don't we let him go? So they let me go early, 2 days. And the last thing I said to the kid, he knew, cause the kid who first talked to me, he got 3 years, cause they said that the illegal drugs plus he robbed something. I kind of don't know what he robbed, but I heard he got 3 years without a chance of probation. So I was like, okay. I didn't really care that much, but I said bye to him, and then I said bye to the judge who was sentencing me, and then he said the $50 fine before you can leave. So my mom gave him $50 plus another $25 tip for like just making sure that it was right. So he was like, thank you very much, and then he gave her $10 back. He was like, I'll just take this $15 for something else, you know, for the court. And she was like, who cares? She didn't really care. She was like, okay. But I know she was like gonna say, I don't care. Just keep the money. I don't care. So after a while, you know, my mom was in the car. She said, I know it wasn't you. Thank you. And I'm getting angry. I was like, how can I be angry? Angry at what? And I was like, okay. So that was the story. Oh, the lady. I heard after she got sentenced to a month, she had a $2,000 fine for doing all this stuff, and then she ended up going back to jail for armed robbery. She robbed somebody, and they ended up catching the person that robbed her. You know who it was? It was nobody. It was just in her imagination, admitted to it. And then she now I think she's still in jail. I heard she got 20 years without a chance of probation. Because all these other charges she got, and then she was robbing a whole bunch of people. So she got 20 years without a chance of probation, and she admitted to it. So she was supposed to get like 30 years, but she got out. Because she admitted to it, they cut down a couple years. So, but I ended up seeing that kid that helped me again. I ended up visiting him in jail with my mom, so you can visit him one time only. I want you to say hi to him, and that's it. So I ended up visiting him. He was like, how you doing? I said, I'm doing fine. And then I asked how he was doing. He said, well, he's been away in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years. Because he got more years for fighting, bad behavior and stuff. So he got a whole bunch of years. So he was like, I'm going to get out in like 5, 10 years. I was like, I hope I see you soon when you do get out. And then I was like, and he was like, oh, well, I don't think you're going to see me anymore because it's going to be a very long time until I get out. Because, you know, I'm trying to start more stuff. So, you know, I was just like, well, okay. So that was just a story time on how I almost got arrested for robbery. Like that video if you want more story times like this. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment. You know what? Let's go. I'm doing that 50 subscriber party. I'm not gonna do it. I can't watch you on this channel. So it's going on like in a So I can't live stream on this channel because I'm going on. So I can't live stream on this channel anymore because I got a copyright strike for doing something illegal, NBA game. So I can't copyright strike. I mean, I can't make a video. I got a copyright strike. So for more story times like this, tell me and I will give it to you. Hit the subscribe button, guys.